How to deal with stress. 3 effective ways. Today, stress is almost synonymous with modernity. We are constantly in a hurry, solving a huge number of tasks on the run, submitting reports, texting and parental chats, tense, irritated and exhausted. Strength and mood at zero, dreams of only one thing: how to hold out until the weekend. Is it possible to change this script and learn how to cope with stress? Resilience is the superpower of the new age. We talk about stress quite often, and each gives the word its own meaning. It is a difficult situation, overcoming which requires additional strength and a state of internal tension, dissatisfaction with something or someone. In any of these cases, we say, "I'm under stress." Moreover, such a state can be caused by both unpleasant events and joyful ones: a wedding or the birth of a child, buying an apartment or traveling. Stress is an integral part of human life, one might even say necessary. It mobilizes the internal forces of the body and thus allows us to cope with various situations on a daily basis. If we cope with a flurry of emotions caused by, say, career advancement, we generally cope successfully, then difficult, tragic events usually unsettle us. In our difficult time of restrictions, pandemic, uncertainty, loss of the usual way of life, it is especially important to train the ability to withstand stress factors. This is a certain work, internal and external. It is necessary, like any other activity, because it gives strength and energy to withstand any difficulties. What does work on the formation of stress resistance involve? 3 main areas can be distinguished here. Work with thoughts, feelings and the body. Working with thoughts. Thoughts are the basis of dealing with stress. They form our emotions, and those, in turn, are reflected in the body. Thoughts are something that a person can and should influence. How to do it? Stop and tell yourself, "Stop." Convert from negative to positive. Monitor within yourself and direct in a positive direction or action. You can write down thoughts, keep a diary, or share experiences with others. Recently, the only person who is ready to listen, support, discuss feelings is not a close friend or relative, but a psychologist. It is especially sad if a child or teenager needs sympathy, experiencing deep loneliness from the inability to share problems with loved ones, to be heard, to receive acceptance and respect for what he is experiencing at the moment of his life. Working with emotions. All emotions that we experience are important and valuable. They signal what we like or dislike, what to avoid, what is safe, or where it makes sense to be careful. That is why it is so important to listen to emotions, to be with them, and therefore with yourself, in contact. This is not always easy, because emotional literacy is not taught to us anywhere, neither in kindergarten, nor at school, nor in the family. To understand the feelings and emotions of another person, you need to learn to recognize and understand your own. Some people begin to develop emotional literacy already in adulthood, including when they first gain experience working with a psychologist. It's great, because it's never too late to learn how to work with emotions to counter stressors. It is important to be able to recognize your feelings and emotions, to learn how to express them in words or actions. Analyze and understand what is behind this or that emotion. Transform a negative emotion into a positive one. Any written practice is good for this. For example, keeping a diary of feelings or ordinary diary entries in which you can talk about all the events and experiences of the day. Such a dialogue with oneself will allow one to develop reflection, in other words, the ability to analyze. In addition, written practices partially release accumulated emotions, help to find a state of inner balance. Body work. The simplest and at the same time the most energy-intensive way to deal with stress is to train the body. We need daily exercise just like brushing our teeth or eating daily. And these are not empty words. It has been proven that at the 40th minute of physical culture, special substances are produced in the body, hormones of joy, endorphins. They make a significant contribution to our physical health, which is inextricably linked with mental and psychological health. It is not enough to know about this, It is more important to move on to action, to go in for sports. Here you need strong-willed efforts, overcoming your own laziness, resistance, desire to soak up the bed. Motivation is also important. It is different for each of us. Someone may be based, for example, on an emotional memory that has retained positive images and impressions of the past. How good I felt yesterday after a run. You need to find your own motivation and the type of exercise that you will like.